There you see them pushing off Scotty Lovelady's car from turn number 1. Bit of cleanup going on there. Let's show you from Buckshot Jones' car what happened. And this from Donnie Bishop's car. Whoa.
Oh, good catch.
Well, the 55's been on pit road. Here's Glenn.
Well, Scott Walters brought his car very slowly down pit road during that caution, Mike. He had a flat left rear tire. Now, he lost the lap in the pits because the tire was flat. He had to go so slowly he didn't get to pull up to the field before he came in. Then they had trouble getting the car up. It was sitting almost on the ground on the left side. By the time they got everything done, got all 4 tires on, he lost the lap. So really tough break. Scott was running 3rd before that happened. Also, I checked again with Jay Gennari, Billy Bigley's crew chief, and he says they're going to wait until after halfway. Their tires are still good. They don't want to get caught back in traffic, so they're going to wait again.
Well, of course, that shortens the time he has to get back to the front. Here's your Napa Field standing update. Napa, we keep America running. Here's how they're running as we complete 88 laps and get set to go back to green.
I'll tell you one thing, Buckshot Jones did a great job. He had a lot of contact getting in that corner, and he had good car control. I love to see that.
You know, I love these races where it comes down to a choice of strategy, because now for Bigley and Shane Hall, every extra lap they stay out on the racetrack is one less lap they have to get back to the front once they finally do pit.
Whoa, boy.
Let's see how...
That was kind of a ragged start there. 2 or 3 of them made contact as they went up through the gears.
55's got new tires on, Scott, and he's really trying to get his lap back. I just hope he doesn't get into it with 28 there.
Well, Billy Bixby's leading, but you see he's letting him go now. I'm sure the spotter says, hey, we don't need to do anything stupid right now.
A smart move on Bigley's part.
Very smart move. He's here for the total laps of the race there, so that's good on his part.
We had a Busch race not long ago where the outcome in that same situation was very different. So the man up front is that red car, Scott Walters. He is now on the tail end of the lead lap. Billy Bigley in number 28 has led them all so far. Not that he's trying to stink up the show. He's trying to hold off Shane Hall.
Well, look at Bigley. He's making a move back now. He's realizing right now that one of the faster cars on the racetrack got his lap back, and he's trying to put him back a lap down now.
Remember, Bigley's on the tires in which he started the race. Trouble. Rick Crawford in the wall, turn 4. And the caution is out for the Mobile, Alabama driver. And the point leader in this series. He'll get away, and it looks like he will stay on the lead lap, I believe.
Yeah, his car looks pretty good. He made a little contact down there, but the car is back under race speed there down the front straightaway.
All right, Jason, 93 laps. If you're making the call, do you pit?
If I was a driver, I would tell my crew I want to go ahead and pit, and you see a lot of activities there on pit road, and I think my crew chief and I think a lot, so I think you'll see the 85 pit at least.
Shane Hall will pit. And Walters, number 55, did make his lap up. So now the 2 leaders will pit, and Buddy, as you say, they've got tires that are about 8 or 9 laps fresher than those of the cars that pitted on the last caution. Here's Glenn.
Billy Bigley's crew was waiting for him to come in. They are going to pit, but as they were waiting, the air hose blew off. It blew up right beside us here. Scared me pretty badly, in fact. But the crew next to him, Scott Walters, loaned them an air hose. In the meantime, we will mention that Scott Walters did get his lap back. You're going to look at Billy Bigley and Shane Hall on the split screen here. You see the crews going to the right side. Both of them will make a 4-tire change. They wanted to wait until after lap 100, but hey, they're close enough right now. As we said, as you said, Mike, they don't want to let all those laps wind down and lose the time to get back to the front. All these cautions coming at one time, they're going to take advantage. Billy Bigley's crew just a little bit slower. Shane Hall's already got the left side up. Bigley's crew just now coming around with the left side. Had a little problem on the right side tires there. We're looking at the front of Bigley's car. He's got a little bit of, I'm going to say sheet metal, but it's fiberglass there. Oh, we got a problem on the right rear, I see.
Yeah, what's happened, Glenn?
Already out. Buckshot Jones going by. There is a problem on the right rear.
Glenn,
Billy Bigley's car. Yes, Mike.
When they set the car down on the right side, they set it down on the air hose. So they had a little trouble getting back there to change the left rear, and I'm not sure if they actually did get the left rear changed.
Shane Hall won the race off pit road there. That's going to be very important now. Track position and everything's in Shane Hall's favor. for the people that waited to make their pit stop. Bad part is the cars that stopped 15 laps ago are way ahead of them.
And the worst part is I believe they're going to have to bring Billy Bigley back in.
Yeah, that's a shame. He had problems there on the right rear, as Lynn was saying, and that's really a shame.
There's Crawford's car going into the wall after the first spin. Just brushed the wall, buddy. Not a bad contact. Didn't look like it.
No, if you're going to hit the wall at Greenville, that's the easiest way you can hit it right there.
This racetrack's flat, and usually you hit it a whole lot harder than that on flat racetracks, so he did pretty well by saving that.
Let's go to the pits.
Well, actually, guys, they waited to change also the left front tire. They decided to do them both at the same time. It really isn't as bad as it seems. I looked at the cars on the racetrack. He only lost about 3 or 4 more positions than what he would have. His problem now is the caution car is heading down pit road. Fortunately, he didn't stall it. He's down in a way. He's back on the lead lap, so maybe they make the best of a bad situation.
But he will be in 19th position on the restart. Billy Bigley has led every lap, and a pit crew miscue will put him to 19th when we restart. Shane Hall is going to be in about 15th position. And on the restart, it'll be Ron Barfield Jr. leading the race for the first time today. Ron Young in second. In third is Hal Goodson. In fourth, Mike Cope. All of these cars stopped earlier. Fifth will be number 31, Brian Reevely. Jody Ridley will be sixth. In seventh, Eddie Mercer. In eighth, Marty Lindley. In ninth, Clay Brown. And in 10th, Scott Sutherland. Whole new cast of faces up front.
Oh, boy.
Let's see what happens.
I think Buddy called it earlier. He said keep your eye on that 44, and he's moving on up there and inching on up.
Green flag to begin lap 99. There's Shane Hall on the move on the inside. Gets past Crawford. Hal Goodson sitting there up toward the front. Barfield, the leader. Out of Florence, South Carolina, the Interstate Truck Parts Pontiac. We saw him up front at Nashville. Halfway this time. And there you see cars fighting their way up through traffic. Not easy.
Number 80 there, that's Toby Porter. He's worked his way all the way up to 4th position, and now he's having to come from the back again. I know he's feeling like, I've climbed this ladder one time today, but you see the car's working very well. That's Buckshot Jones there, just in front of him in the 00.
Toby Porter inside of Rick Crawford. You're riding with Porter. And now Buckshot Jones.
What a great number for a guy named Buckshot Jones. 00, double off, Buckshot. I mean, they had to think about that one.
I was always wondering about his name, and I heard your story last week about his name, so that answered my question.
If you missed it, his granddad was a hunter, and he saw him as a baby in the nursery at the hospital, and he was so tiny, he said, well, he's no bigger than a Buckshot. And the nickname stuck with him from the cradle to now.
I'll tell you what, he's not a whole lot bigger than that now. I was down there a while ago. He's not but about 5'7" or 8", but he drives a big race, I'll tell you that.
Oh, contact. Porter gets into the side of one car.
He got in the side of Buckshot there just a little bit, turning sideways. We're real lucky we're still under green.
And Porter, maybe a little more damage to that right front corner.
He's had some hood damage since about 30 laps back. He got in the back of a car down the back straightaway, but this is not a problem. It's all just sheet metal damage.
I don't think so. He just needs to be real patient right now. He's got new tires on and work his way back up. But I don't think the aerodynamics is going to hurt him here in Greenville.
That was 16th place. Let's take you back up front. This battle is for 3rd place. There are your front 4. Barfield on the point. Ron Young in number 4. Hal Goodson, the blue number 16. And series champ Mike Cope in 44.
Boy, look at Mike Cope. He's going to try to pass on the outside. If he gets that job done, we'll give him the Attaboy Award for this race, I'll guarantee you. That car is really hooked up, though. You see him trying the outside line. Goodson's on the bottom there. What he'll do is make him move out a few times like that. Dive under him coming off the corner, most likely.
When we went back to green, the 85 that you were talking about, he's really moving up, and he really needs to save those tires right now. I think he's up in the top 10.
Shane Hall is in 8th place. He is moving fast. But the catch this group's going to be tough. There's your front four as they come by. And the white car next. Shane Hall back in 8th and closing. Tightly packed front four here.
That's racing at its finest right here at Greenville-Pickens. I tell you, I'd really like to be in the middle of that. That's a good race going on right there.
Tough sitting up here, isn't it?
I tell you, well, I don't know. When I saw that wreck down here, it was easier to sit up here than it was to follow that wreck. But these guys are putting on one well of a show.
Look at this knot up the rope here. Everybody there is right in the middle of everything. If that front car just makes one step, he takes out 9 cars.
You're riding with Buckshot Jones. He is on the lead lap as these cars try to move back up through. And that's 55, the red car of Scott Walters, now alongside.
Well, Scott's had some problems. He's not on the lead lap anymore. They got back by him, and he's a lap down now, so they're working on him.
He made his lap up. Remember, he was right behind the race leader. Caution came out. He made that lap up on the last caution flag. So they are racing for position. Lost a lap in the pits, made it up on the caution.
I stand corrected. That's my second mistake in 14 years, so I'm okay. Look at Buckshot get sideways up off that corner. Woo! One more coat of paint, we'd have the yellow flag again.
Right behind him comes the number 80 of Toby Porter. Let's ride with Porter. Trying to sneak to the inside of the 55 car. He's got room.
Jason, this is my favorite right here. When they get in car camera and you see a guy coming on the outside like that, you get the inside line, you know he should go ahead. You want to kind of give him a little accelerator and pick him up a little bit.
That's why I was mashing on your foot a little while ago. I was trying to find the gas. I tell you, this is exciting.
Well, he must have heard us. He went right on by.
He went on by him, and he brought the 28 car with him. So those guys are really hooked up and coming to the front right now.
All right, this is 15th place, and these cars are 7.5 seconds behind the race leader. There's Bigley, who led the first 90-some laps before his pit stop.
Mike, I can tell you the 28 car Bigley is hooked up. He goes by these cars like they have something wrong with them when he catches them. This race car is really hooked to the racetrack, and he's moving right to the front.
Bigley started on the pole with a new track record qualifying speed, but he's got a long way to go to get back to the front. Here is the front. 97 Ron Barfield, number 4 Ron Young. The blue car, 16 is Hal Goodson. No change. Number 44, that's the 4th place car of Mike Cope, and Jody Ridley moves up into the top 5 and number 98. We'll be right back.